So I had an interesting after-class conversation with somebody in After Sculpt Flow today, and I thought I would share it with everyone because it applies to mobility flow for sure. So I think when a conversation comes up, even if you're not privy to it, I think it's my job to share it. So after class, one of the students said, and we'll do it today too, we did the high eyebrow salute into that side bend therapy flow, which is ninja, okay? So ninja in mobility flow, right? And then we did a straight arm full circle. And the student said, my shoulder feels gravelly when I do this. And I said, well, what mood? On all three moves, or is there a specific move? And she says, when I'm at the eyebrow line, it doesn't feel that way. That's fine. It's when I go over the head in that ninja position or in that full circle, she says her shoulder joint sounds and feels gravelly. Her words, not mine. That's what how she was explaining it. And I said, well, we have one of the answers is, this isn't your zone. If your shoulder is gravelly and it's not feeling great to you and it doesn't feel good to you in your intuition, just because it's part of the flow doesn't mean it's part of your flow. So you stay where your feel good is. So her feel good was the high eyebrow salute. So I told her next time we do that choreography piece, she just does all the moves in high eyebrow salutes. I also gave her the reason why she's not ready for it. And this is where I want you guys to focus on today. Okay. So I'll have you go ahead and do a little lymphatic work with me before we begin today. First, just kind of take your hand and just kind of feel the entire chest cavity. So below your collarbones, just kind of feel around, just all the way to the shoulders, below the collarbones. So like that bone, that breastbone, right? Okay. So now feel the soft tissue stuff. So this is hard, right? This is hard. But this has like soft tissue. See that? Well, everyday life pulls our shoulders forward and in. Look at I'm kind of over dramaticing, if that's the word, but look at this like close up, right? So this is closed. So all the soft tissue just got really tight. The fascia's tight because we just hang out here. So to ask the shoulder and to go into this position requires this to be pliable, to stretch, to be able to move, okay? So until she can get this part to be flexible and movable, then she's always gonna feel it in her shoulder joint, okay? So I gave her homework. She's gonna do some pumps in her V muscles, because look, see how it's stretching? Stretching, okay? Then after a couple weeks, we can try this again, okay? But for mobility flow, you're gonna do the same thing, but if you have a hard time getting here, just find your way around. Keep your stick in front of your forehead. So do this with me a little bit. Do this ninja with me. Before we really get into it, just do this ninja. Now, let's do the ninja over the head. Hold here. But don't just pull the arm up. I want you to activate your V muscles and stretch that front area. And that's how the wrist gets over your head. So instead of pulling wrist over head, pull the shoulder blade onto the spine, stretch this area and get the wrist over the head and then bring it down and then try this ninja. And the same thing, you want to move from here to get the wrist up. So move here first and let the wrist come up over the head. All right, that's some body knowledge. Let's put it in motion and see what happens. So chase your feel good. Stay in your zone. I'm going to teach zones to you today. If you find a zone that feels good, and then you try the next zone and you're like, ew, I'm not for sure about that, stay in your feel good. We want to feel good. That's what we're here to do.